And now I'm very pleased to introduce to you one of our own. And if you listen to this introduction, I mentioned to a few people that I thought maybe should I cut some of these things out? And I told Benny, I said, no. I want you to hear that what comes through here is service. So with that, Benny Agosto Jr. is a partner in Houston's law firm of Abraham, Watkins, Nichols, Sorrells, Agosto, and Friend, one of the oldest personal injury law firms in Texas. He's born in Puerto Rico, and raised in New York. I'm sorry, was that opposite? I should write these things down. Born in New York, raised in Puerto Rico. Benny received his undergraduate degree from Houston Baptist University, where he played NCAA Division I soccer, taught science, coached soccer, all before attending South Texas College of Law and graduating in 1995. Benny was the Hispanic National Bar Association's president from 2011 to 2012 and co-founder of its Legal Education Fund, which raises money for minority scholarships. He also founded the Mexican American Bar Association of Texas Foundation, which helps young Hispanic Houston area law students through scholarships. Benny is a member of many bar associations in Texas and sits on the board of several. He's a frequent lecturer and speaker. He's published numerous articles and has received many awards and honors, including being named to Texas Lawyers' list of Texas super lawyers every year from 2004 to 2013. He was named one of the 100 most influential leaders by Latino Leaders magazine in 2011 and 2012, and received the State Bar of Texas 2006 President's Certificate of Merit. So please join me in welcoming from the class of 1995, Benny Agosto.
Thank you very much, Dean. What an honor. I am really humbled and honored to stand before you. First, I want to thank God for blessing me in my life and for this opportunity to stand before you. I also want to thank Dean Gooder for asking me to give this commencement speech. It means so much to me because, as you know, I'm also a December graduate of South Texas. So that's important to me, and I know it's important to y'all. I want to thank my wife who's here in the audience, because some of you that have spouses going through law school and going through life and raising children and taking care of your home, it's very difficult without that person that's there to support you, and my wife, Nikki, does that. Thank you, honey. I speak for everyone in saying that Dean Gooder is doing a fantastic job at South Texas College of Law, and you can see the results sitting right before us here today. I'm very proud, and I'm sure a lot of you, all of us here, are proud. Thank you, Dean. Dean Gooder, Chairman Mike Hayes, members of the faculty and the board of directors, South Texas alumni, friends and family, and most important, the December 2013 South Texas College of Law graduates. Congratulations. You have reached the goal, your dream of earning your law degree as a graduate of the best law school in America, South Texas College of Law. It is my honor and privilege to share this special day with you. You are likely not going to recall anything I'm going to say, and that may be true. And I quote President Lincoln, who once said, "The world will little note nor long remember what we say here." That may be true. But I am certain you will never forget your graduation day, this date, December 14, 2011. It is my hope in the few minutes that I have with you that at the conclusion of my remarks in this ceremony here today, that you will continue your quest to attain excellence in the law with the same faith, determination, and dedication that has led you to attain the success you enjoy today. But first, let me tell you a little bit about my December 14th memory. I share this personal note with you because I stand before you not by chance or coincidence, but by the grace of God. Thank you. It was December 14th, 1979. December 14th, 1979. I was in high school in beautiful San Juan, Puerto Rico. My parents had only made it through school to the 6th grade. That's all the education they had. But they were doing everything they could to make sure I got a college education. As it turned out, I would be the first one in my family to go to college. By the way, some of you already know this, and you may have heard the secret come out, but I hold a secret real close to my heart, and that is that I'm not really Mexican. I pretend to be one, and I play one on TV sometimes, but I'm really Puerto Rican. And although I'm not from Texas, I got here as soon as I could in 1981. So you know why I recall December 14, 1979? I almost died in a fiery car crash that day, 34 years ago today. I was trapped inside a burning car, and a person who I did not know, a stranger, rescued me and pulled me out of my car. He carried me away from the burning car. And on that day, a miracle happened. My life was spared, and my mind was awakened. I woke up to the realization that my life had a purpose and a meaning. And I didn't understand it at the time. I didn't know it yet. But I had to focus and make something special with my life. And with God's help, I had the great opportunity before me, my life. And today, ladies and gentlemen, graduates, you have the great opportunity before you, your life. Dale Carnegie, a great writer, once said, "You never achieve success unless you truly like what you are doing." This is so true. Your legal life and career are before you. And like all of us before you, we hope, we pray, we wish for success. Don't we do that? Don't we all do that? Here then is the recipe to achieve success. And hear me now. Make sure you truly like and love what you are doing. You may ask, "Well, Benny, how do I do that and become successful?" Well, I'll tell you. Become an advocate. An advocate is one who champions a cause. You already have the tools. Each and every one of you have the tools. So become an advocate. Become a champion of a cause. You have the inner strength. You have the courage. You have the intellect. And South Texas College of Law has prepared you for the challenges that will come. It is true that to achieve success, and this is key, you have to love what you are doing. But here's the X factor. You must have a plan. You must put first things first. Set priorities. If you don't, you're bound to finish last. We all have a job to do, ladies and gentlemen, graduates. We all have a job to do. Do not leave this room today without making up your mind that you have a job to do. I challenge you to become an advocate. A new job awaits you. Hopefully for every single one of you, there's a new job. New challenges, new goals. Before you realize it, you will find yourself bogged down with many new responsibilities and tasks. But I want to give you some friendly advice. The same advice I got from Dean Treese, from Professor Carlson, from Dean Burnett, and Dean Wilkes, the dean that was there when I was there, here at South Texas. Become an advocate. Speak for someone that cannot speak. Stand up for those that cannot stand. Fight for those that cannot fight. Argue for justice. Yes, argue for justice. Each one of you has an offering to make. Each one of us is unique. We have a treasure inside that cannot be kept bottled in. It must be shared, and it's the gift of argument. We have a duty to argue, ladies and gentlemen. a duty to argue. Thomas Jefferson had a duty to argue. So did Abraham Lincoln. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had a duty to argue, and so did Mother Teresa, and so did Nelson Mandela, and so do we, all of you. When we witness an injustice, we have a duty to argue. We know how. When we see anyone disrespected, exploited, injured, we have a duty to argue. We know how. Wherever we hear unjust statements, we have a duty not to permit their poison to spread unabated. We have a duty to argue at home. We have a duty to argue with those we love, with our mates, with our children. We have a duty to argue for ourselves and with ourselves. We know how. Yes, I want to see you be brave, become an advocate, and argue for justice. As we leave this hall today, let's resolve to be not just another Texas lawyer, not just another one of the 100,000, I think the number is now, but the brave and courageous advocates from South Texas College of Law. Let your words be anything but empty. Stand up for someone, for a cause, and become an advocate. We can sit on the sidelines of life, of our careers, and be mere spectators. Or we can say, put me in, coach, put me in. I want to make a difference. I want to make an impact in the lives of those around me. And ladies and gentlemen, I took that challenge many years ago. I argued. I became an advocate. When Sergeant Hinojosa, to give you an example, Harris County Constable, was injured, closed head injury, very seriously injured on the job, and his benefits and his medical bills were denied. I took that job pro bono. I tried the case. It was appealed. We won it all the way up. And today, the Hinojosa versus Harris County is the case that stands for the proposition that if an officer, Texas peace officer, is on call to become on duty and he takes that call, he should be covered by those benefits. I argued. I became an advocate. So who among you will rise to the challenge? Will it be Jill that we just heard from? Would it be Lenore Chucan? Or would it be Martin Law? Who? Whoever it is, there will be no doubt that you, the graduating class of South Texas for this 2013 graduation, will make a difference in your community, in this great state, and in America. And like those alums that came before you and before us, like my law partner, Randy Sorrells, who became an advocate for the legal clinics at South Texas, and now the clinics bear his name. Like Justice David Medina, who became an advocate for the judiciary, and later became a Texas Supreme Court justice. Like Justice Eva Guzman, who was an advocate for equality for women, and became the first Latina in the Texas Supreme Court in our history. And like recently honored Ann Johnson, honored by the law school, for her work against human trafficking. Those are examples of folks that argued and became advocates. And so today, you can do the same. You can make a difference. Make up your mind, you will make a difference. And so I urge you to go out there, graduates, and argue. That is our duty. That is your duty. Become an advocate and win. Win every time. God bless you, and God bless this great law school, South Texas College of Law. Congratulations to all.
Thank you very much, Benny, and you heard it from somebody who lived it.